This video is for the clean or squat clean, as some may call it. The squat clean is something pivotal in the CrossFit world, but also in the Olympics. And as a movement, it's very complex, it's very difficult to master, and it takes a lot of practice and a lot of years to be very efficient at it. So, with that in mind, don't be a little bit discouraged if your clean isn't perfect, okay? It will take time. Also, do not rush to put extra weight on the bar if your clean isn't efficient, okay? Because of the complexity of the movement, the more weight we put on without fully understanding what we're doing with our body, the higher chance we have for an injury. So I will show you the barbell clean as well as some cleans with a dumbbell. So first off, the barbell clean. Now, as far as where you're standing on the body, just like the deadlift, you want to have that bar pretty close to you. We don't want that bar away from your shins. So when I'm standing on the bar, it's pretty much touching my leg. Very, very close, okay? We're gonna engage the core. We're gonna pick up that bar all the way through the lift, but what's different between the clean and a deadlift is that we're not stopping here. We're gonna use that momentum after the knee up to the hip to thrust that bar higher, right? So we'll actually come up onto our toes, our heels will lift off the ground, and we'll actually pull that bar up, and then we'll come back down to a nice flat, solid landing, right? Our feet are flat on the ground, our body in a small, or not in a small, but into a full squat, and we'll hold that and come back up. Now, the lower we go into the squat, the more efficient your clean is going to be. Okay? This is a full clean, so we'll try to catch that bar down into a full squat and back up. This takes a lot of time and practice, a lot more practice from that, or a lot more information that you'll probably be getting from this video itself. So, if the full clean is something that you are interested in, that would be something to email me about if you have any more questions, or possibly set up a one-on-one instructional video, okay? So I'll show you an example of the full clean. Just like the deadlift, my feet are underneath my hips. My hands are just outside of my leg. And I've already braced my core. I'm ready for the lift. I'm gonna pull up, use the hip, thrust that bar high, and because of that, I'm gonna pull myself down under the bar and do the catch. So come up, and I'll catch it here, just like the bottom of a front squat, and come up, okay? So this is very similar to that front squat. A little note, you're gonna wanna have fast elbows. We wanna end up in that front rack position as fast as possible. We do not wanna catch the bar low and push it up, okay? That will lead into, most likely, a rounded upper back. And it takes a lot of strength in the shoulder to push a bar up to your front rack position, okay? So I'll show you a couple speeds of this full clean with the bar, as well with some dumbbells, okay? Again, hands are just out to the side of our legs. I've already braced my core, and my back is in a neutral spine position. We come up, we're gonna thrust it off of the hip, into that pull, and squat underneath to catch. What you might notice is that the lift part doesn't have to be extremely fast, but the thrust is very powerful, okay? And that's the important part, to bring yourself down under the bar. Here's the full squat, back up. Again, we can do this with dumbbells, okay? Now we will guide our dumbbells down in front of the shin, all the way to the same height as the bar would sit, and we're gonna thrust very similarly, but we don't have much to thrust off of because there's not a bar hitting right here in the hip, okay? So we're gonna use that, and do a shoulder shrug, and we're gonna try to pull the elbows up a bit. And again, we're meeting the dumbbells down in this full squat position, elbows forward to support the weight of the dumbbell, and back up, okay? Here's our start position. We're coming up through the thrust. Again. Now it is possible, if you have the range of motion, to pull these from the floor. By all means, go for it. It is possible. Again, the clean takes time to master. Practice at very light weights, even using a PVC pipe or a broomstick, or if you have a training bar that's 15 pounds, use those, stay with it, and just practice being efficient at the movement, efficient at pulling yourself under the bar, and efficient at being quick with the elbows.